Welcome to the CSP Clavinova. Yamaha has sold CLPs for decades. Yamaha has sold CVPs for decades. This is the most recent addition to the Clavinova lineup. You know, when you first look at it, it sort of looks like a CLP, and yet you should know that it has a lot of the features of a CVP. The only thing that maybe gives it away is there is a connector to the right of the music rack, right there, so that you can connect this. This is the only Clavinova in history that is designed to be operated 100% from a smart device via Yamaha's Smart Pianist app. In fact, that's what CSP stands for. Clavinova Smart Pianist, not Smart Piano, Clavinova Smart Pianist. 4 available models, 3 uprights and a grand. It does some things that you have never seen before. Let me get right into it. Let's get started by going into the piano room. Think of the piano room as a piano selection room. You're presented with different pianos, iconic pianos, and a bunch of different locations to put that piano in. Right now I've got a CFX with its lid down, with no reverb, high resolution, high definition recording of a 9-foot grand. Let's go ahead and put that lid up so it's a little brighter sound. And let's put this piano in a location. Should we do a chamber? Should we do a cathedral? I like the concert hall. That's the reverb of a concert hall. You know what? I'm actually partial to the recital hall because a little more subtle reverb. All right, so I've selected that. I can select also from a Bosendorfer. I can select from the most recorded piano in the world, the C7, the U1. The point is, every time you come back to this piano room, the room and the piano you've selected is always there and ready to go. What a great setup. Now let's go to other voices. 25% of all the musical instruments made in this world are made by Yamaha. If Yamaha makes it, it's in this app. So besides the piano, we can select something like, how about a concert guitar? Even the slide. And I love the colorful picture. That's what the iPad does so well. It brings it all to life. You can go to other sounds. You've got different categories along the top. Let's say we go to, how about an organ sound, and we do a little chapel. If you double click it, then you can actually see that big colorful picture. If you want to go back to the piano, just go to the CFX. That's sort of your home base. We can now combine sounds. Instead of selecting individual sounds, I can combine it with something like strings. This is where this app comes in handy. It makes it very clear. I can turn on left to split the keyboard. I can even move the split point just by moving my finger along the bottom. This really makes it fun and easy to operate. What about education? It's got a really cool educational component in here. Opens up with some sheet music. And by the way, this is digital sheet music. I can flip it, since it's an iPad, to the different pages, or I can turn pages with the pedals. So if we read a little Bach here, Minuet. If you're learning this, you really might want to consider turning on a metronome. The reason why the metronome is important is because it forces the student to count, but not too much fun. Don't you think it'd be more fun to play along with an orchestra? Now I'm going to play the same thing. But like having a teacher reach over your shoulder if you play a wrong note, it shows me where I missed a note, and that finger is reaching over my shoulder and saying, hey Craig, this is the one that you missed, because we're using what we call streamlights to show me which note I missed. So you can learn the right hand, or I can learn the left hand. I just switched it. Now I'm learning the left hand. Very traditional in the sense that you're learning right hand, left hand, you're reading the music, but very technologically advanced because it's waiting for you to play the right notes before it continues. Now there's another way to play a CSP. My nephew loves to play with chords. He doesn't read traditional piano music with the right hand and the left hand. He's given chords and he loves playing. It's sort of like playing it like a keyboard. Look what happens when we actually select a style called 60s big hit and I play a chord with the left hand. Watch this. This is representing John Lennon, for example, playing the guitar. Why don't we bring in Paul McCartney and George Harrison with a little electric guitar. The band is following the chords that I'm playing. Ringo, why don't you come on in and start. Amazing amount of power by simply playing chords with the left hand, then you play the melody. Let's do that. What's amazing is if I play louder, the band gets louder. If I play softer, look what happens. The band gets softer. And when I'm done, I'm going to just hit ending. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ringo. He's always late there. Now is when we're going to start getting into some crazy technology. There is a thing in Smart Pianist called audio to score. From nothing but an audio file that's in your smart device, look what it does. It creates chords for that music. So music you've listened to for your whole life, it's in your pocket, it's in your iPad, it figures out the chords to that music. Look at this, F chord. Now this is an audio file you're hearing, so remember that. So if you know how to read chord symbols, it shows you where the measures are. Now you might say, well, Craig, I don't read chord symbols. Well, maybe you read sheet music. This is the same information, the chords, but written on sheet music, okay? And you might say to me, well, Craig, I don't read chord symbols and I don't read music. That's where the lights come in. These lights stream down and tell you when to play the chords, as long as you play the light and the note when it gets to the bottom. Sort of like Guitar Hero. You can even play the left hand. There's a key for the left hand. True story, my nephew doesn't play traditional piano. And my brother came in and he was just following the lights. My brother just thought that was amazing. How's he doing that? Let's talk about another type of technology that is absolutely crazy. This is called sheet music reader. From a regular PDF, from a piece of paper, Smart Pianist allows you to import that PDF into the app. From nothing but the piece of paper, it figures out the MIDI data that goes along with it, so that you can shut off the right hand on that PDF while the Clavinova plays the left hand from nothing but the sheet music. Do you believe me? Well, I didn't believe it when the engineers told us about that. Notice, here's a piece of sheet music here. It's a regular PDF. I can turn pages with the pedal because it's a PDF reader. But this is a PDF that has a play button. Hit the play button and all of a sudden the Clavinova figured out the MIDI data that goes along with this. If I want to play the right hand, let's shut off the right hand. It muted the right hand, then I can follow the lights. If that's too fast, turn on the guide. It's waiting for me. I just got to stop one more time. Think about that. From a piece of sheet music made into a PDF, if it's in the app, it figures out the MIDI data for it and you're off and running. This is absolutely crazy to think that there's a technology that does this. There's even technology in here that allows me to create my own sheet music from nothing but my playing. Smart Pianist will notate what I play on the keyboard. So let's hit record. Let's add a metronome. It's best to have the metronome so the Clavinova knows where the downbeats are. So here we go. Let's play something pretty simple. Ready, play. Beautiful piece. Look at this. From nothing but my playing, look at that. It notates it. I didn't play very accurately at the end here. I can fix that. It's a thing called quantizing. So we go into the score and I'll say, hey, don't be so strict. It fixes my timing mistakes too. And now we get to the fun stuff. This is a thing called karaoke. Karaoke is a Japanese term which means empty orchestra. Everything is there except for the singer. But this is a little more unusual. This karaoke function called karaoke does something like,
oh yeah, I'm Barry White. I love my Clavinova.
So you like the Clavinova, huh, Barry?
Yes, I do.
So you can use this function. It modifies your voice. It adds vibrato. It can correct your pitch. It can even harmonize your voice. Let me show you another one here, just so you get an idea of the flexibility of this thing. Let's say I wanted to do the Munchkins, all right? It selects the file, and if you start it up and press play,
follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road.
Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road.
It's really a lot of fun. Harmonizes your voice. That's a thing called karaoke. And the pièce de résistance is a more fun version of the traditional teaching I was telling you about earlier, using the lights and guide. Look at this. I'm going to simply select a file called Jurassic Park, and instead of having the music or having to follow the music, now I'm strictly following the lights. Here's the first step of the dinosaur. Lights show you which notes to play, and if you don't play the right note, it waits until you do. CSP has a little benefit in the sense that it has 4 lights per key. So you can sort of see what notes are coming in the future. For example, notice I'm supposed to hit that note first and that one's coming next. So you'd use a different finger knowing that. So there's education involved with the extra lights. 2 lights in a row means repeat. Really makes it fun to play. We have so many different songs to choose from. Here's another one that Roger Williams himself would enjoy, this one. So that's the CSP. Very unusual instrument, the most recent one in the Clavinova line. For a unique, creative experience, there is truly nothing like the CSP. You can adopt one today from the Piano Guys. Thanks for listening.